everybody, it's Amari. Welcome to my first YouTube video. So right now I'm just moisturizing my face with coconut oil so that my face is not dry underneath my makeup. Next, I'm using the Porefessional Matte Rescue Primer. I'm going to take one dot and evenly distribute it over the 4 areas of my face and then just rub it out. Alright, so next I am using the Girl Pro Conceal Orange Corrector. I'm just putting it over any dark spots over my face so that they will not show through my foundation. Alright, next I'm going to take a flat bronzer brush and I'm going to blend that into my face. Okay, so now I'm taking a spoolie and I am brushing out my eyebrows, prepping them to do them, and then I just kind of slide the brush over my eyebrow to lay the hair down. This is the Media Makeup brow palm in deep brunette. I actually got this from my makeup certification class that I took, so it's just a Media Makeup brow pomade. It's looking a little rough as we go along. I feel like it's because of the angle, but you'll be able to see it all comes together. No worries. I did one of my eyebrows off camera, so here I am just using a flat concealer brush to go underneath my eyebrow with a Graftobian High Def Glamour Cream Warm Palette number 3. I'm using the tones Winter Wheat and Ginger for the layer underneath, and then for the layer on top I like to go a little darker, and for that one I use Burnt Amber and Sienna, so you'll be able to see that here soon. Next, I'm going to take a stippling brush. It is the Crown Brush Mini Duo Fiber Blender in the style C436. I'm just going to blend out that whole area of concealer around my eyes. As you can see, the top layer wasn't much darker, but it was dark enough so that I wasn't creating any type of shadow or have any type of flashback on my pictures. I wanted to blend in really evenly with my foundation. What I'm using now is the Ulta Brow Gel, so I just put it over my eyebrows, and then as you'll be able to see in a couple seconds, I like to slide my finger across my eyebrow and kind of dry the gel up. I don't know, for some reason I don't like the way it feels when I have wet brow gel on my face, so that's all I was doing there. And then I just went back in with my flat concealer brush and blended out my concealer a little better underneath my eye. I also went back in and used that Graftobian palette, the same one that I used before, in the shade Burnt Amber, and put it all over my eyelid just to prep for my eyeshadow. Now I'm going back in with my stippling brush. I don't want the concealer to be too thick, so I'm just blending it out. Next, I'm going to use the Rose Gold palette by Ulta. When I open it up, you'll see that I am using the color Breathless, which is what I pointed at. So then I'm just going to take a blender brush, and I am using this only in my crease. This is the only eyeshadow that I'll be using today, and I wanted something natural looking. I just wanted a little tint, so I put it right there in the crease. As you can see, at some points in the video, I start to tap my brush on my hand. I'm tapping the brush to remove any excess, especially if you do your eyeshadow after you put on your foundation. You don't want any of the eyeshadow to fall onto your face and onto your foundation and ultimately mess your face up. This is a felt tip eyeliner that I'm using, so I already started to wing my eye out and kind of get it in there, but here is what I did, and so I'm just going to slowly start to wing it out. So like I said, this is my first YouTube video, and excuse my angles, I am going to get it together, but for the most part you can see kind of what I'm doing, and I'm still just winging. Alright, so now I'm going to go to the other side of my eye, and on this side you'll kind of be able to see everything. I'm doing the same exact thing that I did on the other side, trying to create the same kind of wing. We know how hard that can be, so bear with me here, but I'm getting it done. So you can see that I'll start to go over my lid, and then I'll start from the outside corner of my eye to wing up. So here I am starting from that outside corner of my eye. I'll wing that up, and then I'll start like halfway through my wing and start coming down to create that thickness. Alright, so fun fact about me, I love Maybelline Fit Me foundation. You won't really find me using anything else. I just find everything else too thick, and I feel like it clogs my pores. So I am using the colors Mocha and Dewy Smooth, and the color Cappuccino and Matte Poreless. I have to mix the colors because other than that, it's either too light or too dark for my face. So I just mixed on my hand. And I find that when I mix on my hand, that it kind of warms the foundation up to my skin, and it actually goes on a lot smoother onto my face, and I'm able to have a smooth finish. So I really love that. Also, don't forget to blend over on your ears and possibly like up under your chin and down your neck if you have to, just so that your foundation is blending and you don't have like 3 different tones of skin on your face. It looks really bad. And so yeah, just blend. Now I'm getting into my highlighting phase, and here I am using the Girl Pro Conceal in Warm Honey. So I am just going to go under my eye and make sure that I cut that eyeliner. I want the line to be really sharp. And then I'll go also underneath my other eye, my chin, the top of my lip, my nose, and my forehead. Here I'm going to begin to go in with my clean damp beauty blender. I wet it before I started the video, Wetting it really doesn't do anything except for help it blend better. I don't know, for some reason it picks up the concealer really nice. And then I use that stippling brush to go back in and blend around the highlights so that when I take photos or just in general, I don't have any flashback. So still, I'm just blending. I'm going to keep going in with that stippling brush. Blend for as long as you have to blend. You don't want to walk around again with 6 different shades on your face. It's not cute. So just blend. And for those of you who don't know what flashback is that nasty white powdery residue that is left on your face when you do not blend in well enough. When it comes to makeup, you always want to blend in. So make sure that you really get in there and you really blend everything really well and take your time. Here I'm using my angled contour brush with some darker powder also that I got from my makeup class at Media Makeup Academy. It really doesn't have a name. It might be MMA brand, but what I'm doing is just spreading it all around the perimeter of my face, up across my forehead, down like into those creases of my forehead, up along my sideburns, and then back down onto my cheekbone. Okay, now I'm going to take that brush and I'm going to go down onto my chin. So I'll put it at the bottom of my chin and then like over to the sides of my highlight. And then I also kind of squish the brush together, or you can use a smaller brush. And I just go in on the side of my nose, on kind of the bottom tip of my nose, and then the top bridge of my nose. Now I'm taking this brush and I'm just blending because you don't want those nasty shadows. So that's what I'll be doing. There I was just pointing to, you can see where it wasn't blended, so I'm just blending it out between my highlighter and my contour powder. Blend over onto my cheeks, onto my, oh, I forgot to put the contour powder up along my jawline. It just kind of helps to minimize the jawline, making it a little smaller. And now I'm going to blend out my nose. Please blend out your nose. You do not want those nasty creases. It's nice if you want to make your nose thinner, but just having those creases are not what's up. So blend that out. That powder that I just held up was powder from Media Makeup Academy. I have like 5 different shades and I use kind of a yellow tone. So I went and I am now baking or setting my highlight. So I'm going to put that underneath my eyes. Everywhere that I put the LA Girl Pro Conceal, I'm going to put the powder, except for right here underneath my contour. I didn't put any powder there. Any concealer there, but I am going to put the powder because I kind of do want it to be a little lighter, but I tend to not like the shadow in the way that it looks after I put on the Pro Conceal and the powder. Now I'm using my NYX Glitter Primer. It is exactly what it sounds like, glitter primer. It's just to help the glitter stick a little better. I'm using a flat eye brush and I'm just going to apply that over my eyeliner. Next, I took a eyeliner brush and I'm using the NYX Face and Body Glitter in the number 2. It's kind of like a pinkish rose gold color. It's really pretty. So on this other eye, you'll be able to see me reapply that glitter primer, and then I'll start to go in again with the NYX glitter in the number 2. I'm using a mini powder brush to go back over where I was setting my face, and I'm going to wipe all of that off. As you can see, it doesn't initially start to fade away, especially right there underneath my jaw, up above my jawline, which is why I don't like to use the LA Girl Pro Conceal and the powder. It's a little much for me. So again, I'm just going to blend, and you'll be able to see soon the finished product of that. Next, you'll be able to see that I'm using the NYX Avant Pop Palette. I actually used that silver color for my inner corner of my eye, and then I used that purple color for the waterline of my eye. Also in my waterline, I used a black pencil. I wanted it to be a little more dramatic than it was. And now I am going in with the Ulta Plush Drama and the Voluminous Feline Mascara. I'll be using the both of those. It's completely normal to sometimes get a little glue on your eyelid or somewhere. So I have some pointed tip Q-tips that you can just get from Walmart. And what I did was just use the Q-tip to pull down on the glue. And then I went back in and I went back over my eyeline with the glitter. Again, I'm using my eyelash curler to bond my eyelashes together. We don't need eyelashes falling off nowhere. And this is me just going in again with that NYX Avant Pop palette with the silver that I used the first time. Again, it just wasn't dramatic enough for me. I decided to add more and I loved it. I'm using coconut oil to moisturize my lips before I apply my lipstick, and the lipstick that I'm using is from Colourpop. It is the R&B. I actually ended up doing this lipstick and not so much loving it. I guess it was good for a night look, but I didn't really care for it other than that. I lined my lips with a beauty supply pencil. It didn't really have a shade, doesn't really have a brand, it's just from the local beauty supply. Pick up whatever you'd like. So here's that R&B Colourpop. Don't get me wrong, it's a pretty color. I just don't think that it was for this look, and it definitely wasn't for the daytime. It was a little bold. Other than that, I liked it, but wasn't my favorite. At the end of the video, you'll be able to see that I went back in with a gloss from Sephora that had sparkles in it. It was so pretty and it was good for the daytime, and that's actually what I just kept on. So I went back around my mouth and cleaned up some of that lipstick that I felt like shouldn't be there. Now I'm using a fluff brush for my highlight. I like to use a fluff brush opposed to the flare brush. I feel like the flare brush just leaves too much of a harsh line, and when I use my fluff brush, it just looks a little more natural, like the highlight is supposed to be there, not I put it there. So that's what I'm doing here. And guess what I'm doing now? I am just blending because again, you don't want those shadows. And that concludes my first makeup video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be sure to keep putting the videos out.